All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Critics Collective. I'm Legacy Lingo, and I'm here with the Dad Panther. How you doing today, sir?
Doing all right, doing all right. How you doing out there?
I'm doing great, sir. Doing great, and I'm actually excited to talk about this because this actually caught me off guard when it showed up. And once we got it, I was thinking one thing, and then the more we start digging, the more I start finding out, and so now I'm even more excited to talk about it. We're going to be talking about Secret Level, which is available now on Prime Video. All right, Secret Level, the IMDb synopsis reads that it is original story set within the worlds of iconic video games, and they are featured in this animated anthology series. See, if I would have read that first, I would have known what I was doing. All right. It basically tells you everything you need to know right there. Before we get into this review, if you guys do like the content we're putting out, please make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the alerts button. Make sure you're following us to get all the details of when we're posting. Every interaction helps the page grow. All right. So, Dad Panthers, Secret Levels. Tell me your initial impression when you first came across this.
All right. So my initial impressions was, hey, listen, this is a series that you don't have to watch in any order. It's video games. Who doesn't love video games? Whether you have time to finish the game, I was in on it. Black Mirror made me think about jumping in this, and then Love, Death, Robots, if I'm saying it correctly, on Netflix, stuff like that. I was like, hey, sign me up. And then I heard there was special appearances of voices and certain deeper Easter eggs. I was like, sign me up for this.
Mm,
So
yes, yes. Well, for me, I had no idea. I didn't hear anything. All I saw was I went into my Prime one day, a trailer popped up, and then my eyebrows went up. And I was like, well, let's see what we have here, which is the best way to watch content, in my opinion. No preconceived notions. Like, as you could tell from me reading the synopsis here, it's my first time reading it. So getting for me, it was just like, oh man, what is this? Let's see what we get. Let's hope we're pleasantly surprised. With
mhm.
that being said, why don't you let me know how you felt about it, sir?
I felt really good about it. Once I found out that Tim not only created and kind of put this together, he's also one of the creators for Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix and heavily in the game designing world. I'm like, okay, this is in good hands. And then I found out that a lot of these episodes are working with the actual studios that made these games. So I'll go into the highs and lows. The highs of this, or I will start with the lows. The lows of this was just at times because they did such a good job, much like Black Mirror and Love, Death, Robots. You wanted more, not necessarily a backstory, but you could see it being multiple episodes, like some of these shows and movies that we get, like The Last of Us and whatnot, where it's a movie on its own or a show, and you're like, wow, that started from a video game for someone who didn't know. Um, so that would be the only low. The high for this was just the replay value of it. That you can go back and there's Easter eggs in these levels or episodes. The fact that when you're finished with the nine, in a week, you're gonna get another nine episodes from Sony, Capcom, and a few other companies. But you had cameo voices like Kevin Hart, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You have the the fact that some of these episodes gave you stories that you didn't know as a gamer. So I give you one like Unreal Engine or Unreal Tournament. Without spoiling anything, just in case you've never seen it, there's a main character you're going to see that's going to kind of rise up. And that's the main character that you're trying to always get to when you played the old school Unreal Tournament games. And you're trying to best this contender. And so now you get that story and you get to kind of see that go in there. The other thing I thought was really cool was the fact that some of this, like when I was watching Crossfire, which was the one with the two mercenaries teams trying to deal with the briefcase, these again are storylines from the actual franchise, and they just cleaned it up and put it together so nicely. Pac-Man was another one where, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but this leads into Bando, and then they're coming out with a Pac-Man new game, Shadow Labyrinth, and that game has to go into how kind of dark and a different way to look at Pac-Man and that kind of genre of a game. So it was really cool to kind of go in there and be able to get lost in the game without it being a game.
No, absolutely. And that is for me was what I at first before we had started having a discussion and digging deep, it was a low for me because I thought that this was when I was told it was original stories, and then I'm seeing all these elements. I'm seeing the names of the episode, and at first it came off to me as a low. I said, I feel like they're ripping off a lot, or they're trying to inspire something like fan work. And then, of course, as we discussed before we came on, you made me knowledgeable that this is actually directly related, and then it just changed things for me. That went from a low to a high. I was like, oh, this is a phenomenal way to get this kind of content out. It reminds me of the Animatrix back in 2003. That was an anthology that was all animated. But it stayed in the Matrix universe itself. That's the only difference. This is clearly touching on. It's in the realm of gaming, but it's touching on different content and different universe. Everybody's getting a chance to kind of put something out there that we may have not known was a part of the universe of the video game or the story arc, or they may be trying to push something that we can get next to continue those story arcs. And like you said, it's like an animated Black Mirror in the world of video games, and that was another high for me. Um, and another big high for me is that the stories that they gave us, they were short, but they still gave me enough to feel like I walked away with something. I was satisfied with the moments that I got, but it still left me wanting more, but not in a bad way. I wanted more in a good way. I was like, yeah, that was nice. That was nice. I hope in some way, shape, or form I get more of that. And if it comes in a video game, I'll take that too. Yeah. So I mean, basically, and now the fact that we know that we're gonna possibly get, or we're definitely gonna get at least 7 more episodes with similar content for other gaming companies or other gaming platforms, it just gets me even more excited. What they're doing right now is definitely the excitement I felt when Marvel dropped its first season of What If. Of course, that doesn't hold the same strength now, but I'm hoping that what they're doing here, especially with how popular gaming is, I'm hoping that they can continue this, whether it's going to be content that they're trying to reboot, or if they even just trying to pitch something new. I just want more. I just want to keep getting more. And I will say that even though I'm not a big on gore, the gore factor was tolerable for most of it. There was only one episode where I actually had a hard time. I had to look away, you know. But for the most part, everything was within reason. I mean, almost every episode had some kind of level of gore, but I was okay with it. I was good with it. I was really immersed in the story. I loved the animation. Even the guest actors, I didn't feel like they were necessary, but it was a nice touch. It was like a little cherry on top, but you could have pulled off this content, and it still had the same impact without those bigger name actors, in my opinion, especially with how short the story was. But that's just me personally. So realistically, I don't have any lows about this other than the fact I just want more. Now that I know what I know, because
Insert
I
more
handle
more
this.
coins into the arcade
Right. Yeah,
machine.
I'm telling you, man. I go ahead and just I'll be there all day. I'll be there all day. Well, let's go ahead and rate this. We'll call this season one or part one, since we have a continuation, more episodes coming, are rumored to come out on December 17th, which is in the next couple of days. I'm hoping that is accurate because I'm looking forward to just jumping right in. But if not, be on the lookout. Again, it's on Prime Video. There's going to be at least 7 more episodes coming, and they should be coming in the near future. They're rumored to come out on December 17th, and we will be watching and discussing them as soon as they do drop. If you're watching, we're about to go ahead and rate this thing. Let us know in the comments if you have watched these first 8 episodes. Let us know how you feel, how many accolades you give it. Let us know if you caught the references, if you knew what you were getting, or if you had to be like me, you went in blind and then it was a real eye-opening, pleasant surprise. I definitely want to hear that. We'll be watching those comments so we can interact with you. Here we go. So the Critics Collective accolades are as follows. 5 being excellent, a must watch, highly recommended for all viewers. 4 accolades, good watch, worth watching, but has notable flaws. 3 accolades, average, some enjoyable moments, but lacks significant impact. 2 accolades, below average, some redeeming qualities, but generally disappointing. 1 accolade, poor quality, not recommended, or 0 accolades, horrible, absolute trash. You could thank Venom: The Last Dance for that one. All right, so
Venom.
I think it's pretty
What did I
obvious that
do?
I know. I think it's pretty obvious that we enjoyed this, but the question is, to what degree did you enjoy this, sir? How many accolades are you going to give it?
I can understand, give or take, the lens of the person watching it. It's almost like the conversation are superhero movies. I'm gonna give this a 5. I think it was excellent. I thought it was done well. Again, you're looking at episodes that were literally less than 20 minutes, and there's some shows that win awards that you don't even get that in those, that same time frame. Like I said before, it had me with the thoughts of The Division, Destiny, where it's like, hey, give me more episodes of this as I wait for new updates in between games. So I think it's something that's gonna, change some of the landscaping and game design.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I'm with you. I'm giving it 5 accolades. I thought it was excellent. Must watch. Um, there was a lot of stuff, especially at first. Like I said, there were lows for me because I thought they were ripping a lot of things. I was like, man, they're just trying to be this, they're just trying to be that. And then the titles were so directly connected. I was like, what are they doing? But then now that I know that that was the intention, and I'm realizing I am getting content that is from that universe, it just made all that much better. It was such a elegant way of telling those stories. It was beautifully done. I loved it. I could actually watch it again while waiting on those next 7 episodes to drop, and I just might, except for that one episode, Pac-Man.
Yeah.
If you don't like gore, I'm just gonna throw it out there ahead of time. Just listen to Pac-Man. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch
Eat or be
or be
eaten.
eaten.
Yes, it's a doggy dog world out there.
All right, so that's the first thing we had in a while, other than the way the ladies felt about Moana and Wicked. So yeah, they get 5 accolades from multiple critics. All right, so you guys let us know in the comments how you feel. If you like this video, make sure you do hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe, alert button. Every interaction helps the page grow, and we love to continue to make this content for you. And also let us know in the comments again how you felt about this review. If it's pushing you to go watch it, or if you already knew about it, watch it. We'll be watching so we can interact with you. All right, so that is Secret Level on Amazon Prime. The Critics Collective. Want to thank you guys for joining us for another episode. I'm Legacy Lingo. We have the Dad Panther, and we will see you guys on the next one.